Aquariuses, this is your February prediction for 2021. Okay, I'll be checking the energy of the month and the week by week. You know, just what we went through for February as well as what's to come. I do apologize if this is late. You are one of the last air signs to do, so I do quite apologize. And just keep an eye out for March, because I am doing March right after this, so definitely just keep an eye out because I'll be posting it very, very soon, okay? I really hope you're all doing well. I know you haven't heard from me. Unless you saw my TikTok or my Instagram, then you definitely heard from me. But I really hope this reading resonates, and I'll be using Light Seers Tarot, okay? Now, you can also apply this to anywhere where you have Aquarius in your chart, so Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or wherever you have Aquarius in your birth chart, like I said. So I'm just going to pull a card for the energy as well as week by week. So I'll do 4 of those, and then I will do 2 cards for your blockages and also an advice from an oracle card that I have here, okay? Whatever I'm drawn to. Let's check this out. What is the energy? I feel like is that the energy? Let's do one more shuffle. Let's check this out. What's the energy for our Aquariuses, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever it is. Let's do... That's a lot of cards, Spirit. Give me a little less. Give me a little less. What is the Aquarius? That was it. It got stuck between my fingers. It's very strange. All right. Hanged Man. Maybe you guys are letting go, putting things on a pause, or you feel like you're in a delay right now or stagnation. I do sense that there's an energy of releasing yourself or releasing things from your life in order to see what the universe wants for you, because you also have the Empress on the bottom, so it talks about maybe even your confidence, your self-worth, or the self-love that you have for yourself. Okay, so I do see with that you are releasing because you know that you have to focus on yourself, or there's some delay maybe with your self-confidence. Let's check this out with the week by week. Okay, this will probably reveal a little bit more. You guys could have Taurus in your chart, or I forget what that might be, Sagittarius, the Hanged Man. I'll check later. But the 7 of Wands here definitely talks about protecting yourself against unwanted energy. So I feel like you were standing your ground, okay? And you were finally giving yourself the opportunity to channel your own personal power in order to bring about what you want and in order to refocus yourself and like kind of calibrate yourself, okay? So with that Hanged Man energy, maybe you guys release things out of your life. Maybe you released enemies or negative energies because you know you had to focus on yourself and focus on your own energy in the first week of February, okay? Let's check for the second week. Let's check this out. 4 of Wands. So I feel like you've celebrated your achievements in the second week of February only because of how strong you stood up against your opponents and how strong you stood your ground, because you knew that you had to release bad things, right? Because you had the Devil card underneath. I didn't even look at that. I just pulled it out just knowing. The Devil card talks about bad behaviors. It talks about negative energy or toxic energy. So you're celebrating the overcoming of negative or toxic energy that was kind of attacking you in the first week here, okay? So I definitely see maybe that's why you feel kind of stagnant, because you feel like, well, I know I've been fighting off these energies and I know I've been protecting myself, but I don't feel enough progression with my own self-value or self-love, okay? So let's just keep going. Let's see what this has to say with the third week. Third week for our Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever it is in their chart, okay? I keep shaking the camera. I do apologize. Third week. All right, third week. We have the King of Swords. So you stood your ground finally, your intellect. You communicated really well, and you knew how to use your logic and your words so precisely that people almost saw how strong you were and how powerful you were, okay? I feel like maybe there's a sense of authority because you had to decide on something, because you were in between 2 different things and you had to finally decide. Maybe it was whether you were going to focus on other people or start focusing on yourself, okay? Because I also see here with the Queen of Wands, it talks about confidence. So I feel as though you were debating whether to sit on your logic and sit in your communication, and deciding whether you were going to communicate yourself well enough where people understood you, or you're just going to show them, if that makes sense. So with that Queen of Wands energy, it talks about that confidence and personal power. So I feel like you were like, do I rely on my passion? Do I rely on my own personal power? Or do I rely on my mind? Which might be why you're in stagnation right now with your own self-confidence. Because yeah, you fought people off. Yeah, you like made achievements. You've celebrated that. You made solid foundation in regards to releasing temptation and bad things for yourself. But you're like, am I really doing well? Am I going to focus in on going with my mind, or am I going to focus in going with my power, my inner power? Because also on the bottom, I saw your guard was kind of half up with the Nine of Wands. You were so close to success and you didn't want to like screw up. So I feel like there was a sense of debating whether you wanted to use your logic, Aquarius, or you wanted to use your personal power. And it was so much easier for you to stand in your logic because you guys are an air sign. So you guys are ruled by logic, communication, by Mercury. Oh, not Mercury. By, that's so weird. As I was talking about it, the Ace of Wands fell out in reverse. And I don't do reversals. So maybe you guys felt like there wasn't enough clarity on a situation, and that's why you're like, do I sit in my mind or do I sit in my personal power? Maybe you had a lack of clarity. That's probably why, because in the Two of Swords, we have her blindfolded. So maybe it was just that you weren't confident because you didn't have clarity and you had to take a jump, a leap, a blind leap. Okay? In the fourth week, I do see there's going to be a torn decision yet again. Maybe even arguments or heartbreak because you feel like you're torn in so many different directions and you don't know which way to go because everything is pulling you apart. Okay, maybe even other people's sadness is pulling you apart. So I sense with that energy that you're going to have some heartbreak because you didn't want to decide, but also it's about balancing. I feel like this was in the reverse position, by the way, in the shadow self. So you were like imbalance, and I feel like that's why is the imbalance within yourself between whether you should go out and take action or go inward and find that self-confidence, right? I feel like that's something that you're going to be struggling with in the fourth week because it's going to tear your heart, and it might be a little bit heartbreaking, but you have to leave certain baggage behind, and you have to leave behind certain relationships, certain ways of thinking, certain self-sabotaging emotions and thought processes in order to become independent in what you really want. Okay, so I feel like it's a sense of just finding balance. Honestly, it's just a finding balance. Like, you don't have to choose. I feel like in this situation, in the third week, you don't really have to choose between logic and personal power. You can choose both. And not that one is the other and they fuel each other, but rather just they both are equally important, okay? And they both have value. That's probably why you're in a stagnation right now, because you have to declutter, you have to get rid of all that debris that's there, okay? So I feel like you didn't want to cooperate with others. This is your blockage. I feel like you didn't want to be cooperative or don't want to learn to advance your skills or even learn new skills because you were so used to what you were sitting in. You were so used to the way you were doing things because you saw success come out of it because you stood your ground. But it fell into a rabbit hole of just, which one do I do? Do I do logic or do I do my own personal power? And you have the intuitive message within you telling you that you have to cooperate, telling you that you have to learn new skills or that you have to advance your own skills, and you just don't want to for some reason. I feel like you just want to choose because it's so much to take on. Other blockages, your own mind, Aquarius, come on, you're an air sign. We're supposed to have control over our mind, but you have this conflict, you have this stress, you have this anxiety. I feel like that anxiety is what was fueling you to have that tower moment, okay? That tower was on the back of the deck. And this Four of Swords, look what popped up again. This Four of Swords talks about peace and living with silence of your mind instead of chaos. And yet again, there's that High Priestess. You didn't listen to your intuition, or you're not listening to your intuition currently, which is why you feel so put off. There's a card that fell, and I'm like trying to find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, because you were juggling. There we go. There's the ringer. This is what combines both of them. That is what puts it together. You were juggling between cooperating or stressing out and overthinking. I feel like just moving forward, you have to start listening to your intuition. If it tells you to be restful and be calm and put a pause in the chaos and the thinking, then you have to definitely listen and do so, okay? I feel like that's so significant. Let me just ask the Work Your Light Oracle for some advice here for you, Aquarius. Aquariuses have to know for the month of February. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Okay, so it's happening. I feel like the pivotal moment is coming into existence for you, and you're finally unfolding yourself and growing from the outward in and the inward out. You're growing within your own environment, and you're growing yourself into your environment, right? So I feel like creating this heaven on earth aspect is just acknowledging that you can have all that you want. It doesn't have to be such a split decision and so much imbalance here. You can move forward and get what you want and make heaven on earth per se, or you're a paradise island, right? Just keep going. You can do it. It's happening. It's already started. So don't act like it's not. Like you're already coming into existence with it. Okay, Aquarius? So don't be so stressed over whether to use your mind or use your personal power and your determination and your drive, okay? Because some of you just want to create, right? But you're already in the state of creating. You're already creating heaven on earth. So roll with that vibe, you know, go into that destiny, roll into that path for yourself, because imbalance will throw you off. And like wanting to decide here or there, I feel like I'm talking to a Gemini. Like here or there, like being so indecisive, it's really going to throw you off. So I say definitely know that it's happening right now, and know that it's happening and you're moving into a point of creating heaven on earth. So you have to start balancing yourself so that you can fully complete it and be in happiness. Okay. I really hope this resonated. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. Also check out our Etsy shop for personal readings, customizable spell jars, and customizable dream catchers. And we also have earrings and crystal bracelets. Okay. So I really hope this helped. I really hope it resonates. Check out the Instagram for everyday daily lives. And also please check out the TikTok, which has random free readings that are like themed. And honestly, they're a lot of fun to do. So check them out. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you, Aquarius.